You ready?
How are you?
Okay, we're going to go.
Where are we going?
I'm going to start.
Just start.
Okay. We are excited for this coming Sunday. It's Spring Day.
Yeah.
It's not just a new season in terms of spring, but we are looking forward to a new season that God has for us as we move into this new season as a church. And so we're inviting you to join us for this family moment. This is an important moment. You need to be there. You need to make a plan. You need to get that chicken in the oven early so that it's cooking, so that by the time you get home, it's sorted, so you don't have to rush home from church. So just to give you a heads up, Sunday is going to look a little bit different as we engage with what God is calling us into for this next season.
Yeah.
And so we showed a video this last Sunday, and we're going to show another video this coming Sunday. The last 8 years have been interesting. We've had ups and downs. We've had some bumps. And in all of this process, through all of the literal walls coming down, which we experienced firsthand, in all that, in the storm, and in good moments and in bad moments, we've stayed true to what God's called us to as a family of faith. And for you, there have been some signpost scriptures that have kind of kept us on the main thing. Can you just remind us, what have those been?
Yeah. So it's Spring Day, so you should come dressed as a tree or something, you know? Come with a nice floral outfit on or something like that. So I think the way that we have felt God lead us primarily is through Scripture. And there have been those moments, those words that have kept us true to the thing that He's called us to. The thing that He's called us to is to serve Him. So our premier text has always been where God calls His leader to follow Him, and His leader says, "As for me and my household, we will serve the Lord." I think that's been the thing that has anchored us. And then the reminder of what Jesus said, "I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it." And then secondly, "I'll put keys of the kingdom into your hands." So we're constantly aware that even though we're called into this thing to serve God, we're called into something that He's building. And we are servants to that thing. There have been these reminders, these prophetic words and scriptures that have helped us keep on keeping on. Like I would imagine nearly every church has had it. Isaiah 54, you know, stretch out, expand, do the things that God's called you to do. But I would say maybe the verse that the text that keeps me anchored in Him is the complete awareness that it is God who causes the growth. He causes the growth in us. So if we remain in Him, He'll cause the growth. He's the one who causes the growth in His church, because Jesus said, "I'll build my church." And so I want to be a part of what He's doing. I think I'm always aware, and hopefully making all of us aware, that we have a role in this. We got keys in our hands, and we have to seed and water the things that God is growing. And so that's for me, Matt. That's the stuff that has kept us going. I'm aware that life sucks. I'm aware that there's difficulty. I'm aware that walls fall down in people's lives, like it did in our church. But I'm more aware that God keeps His promises for us even in the difficult times, and then when they're the good times, we're just going to keep on keeping on doing what God has called us to.
Yeah. I mean, one of the key takeaways has been we've had moments where there have been ups and downs, but in tough moments, there has been reason to celebrate, because God turns all things for the good of those who love Him. And it's incredible to see that. We've been witness to that as a community.
Yeah.
We've been witness to that when our city's gone through tough moments. God has been present and faithful. He's worked in us and through us. And so as we now look forward, we've got Sunday's coming up. As we look forward to this new season as Vineyard Church Durban, in terms of not just spring has sprung, but in terms of God is calling us into new spaces, could you just give us a snippet, a spoiler alert? What is God saying to us? What is He whispering into your heart for us as a church as we move into this next season?
So a lot of people will talk about, so what's on the horizon, what's next? And for me, it's much more than the horizon. Obviously, there's a lot on the horizon. But for me right now, I feel we need to be sniper focused. For me, the question should be, what's in the focus? What are you looking at? And I think for us as a church family, for us with regards to what God has for us in this church, through this church, in the city, in the nations, I would say without a doubt, next gen. Without a doubt. We have to do everything we can, spend every bit of energy we can, every finance resource we can to impact next gen. And all that means. And that's what I want to share with the church. And I think that's what we want to take forward over the next 3 years, 6 years, 12 years. That's what we want to do. We want to raise up a generation of young men and women, children, teens, tweenies, young adults, who will take the baton and run unashamedly and do the thing that God has called them to do.
So in summary, we are very excited as a team. We are excited for what God has for us, and we're excited to be part of it, and we're excited to partner with you in this. And so we're inviting you again. I'm just going to repeat. This is an important Sunday.
Did you say it's this Sunday?
It's this coming Sunday, not next Sunday.
Spring Day.
It's Spring Day, this Sunday, 1st of September.
Are you going to wear a tree?
I'm going to come as what I probably wore for many school plays. I was background tree number 4. But here's the deal.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. We don't often do this.
You're a great tree.
We're fairly chilled as a church. You need to be there. If this is your family, if you're part of this church, if you want to be part of this going forward, you need to be here on Sunday to hear what God is saying to us. Because the wonderful thing about this is that everybody gets to play.
Everybody.
And this is not just being led from the front. This is everybody in this church family gets to be part of this moving forward.
Both of us.
Yes.
All of us.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Come on.
All right. So see you on Sunday.
Ciao.